everybody, we have a new project for you today using Vex VR. And what we're going to do today is draw a house. We're going to use our robot to create the drawing that you see in front of you. Now, this is going to be our level 1 of draw a house. And with this is the only one you're going to be required to do for this part of the project. All right. It says program the VR robot to draw a house on art canvas. That's the playground. Using the pen block. Use a square for the house and a triangle for the roof. I'm going to add a few things to that, and we'll kind of show it to you as we go along, what's expected. But with that, let's check out and see what the actual robot's supposed to do in Vex code. So what we'll do is we'll start our robot going here, and this is what you're going to have to accomplish. Okay, that's it. You can see we first draw a square, all right, and then we create the top with a triangle. Now, one of the things I hope you noticed is the first movement here. We're going to go forward a little bit and then turn and go over before we start creating our square. And that's going to be important for how you create the square so it's centered at the size we want it to be. All right. So we have a little plan for you. Like I said, the first move is 200 forward, and then we are going to turn and go 500 millimeters to the right. Here's the dimensions of the house, and I'll put this sheet into Classroom so you can see it. Like I just said, the first move forward was 200 millimeters. So the robot starting position, 200 millimeters forward. Then we're going to make a right turn. And at this corner, we're going to start to draw the square. All right. And the order we put things in, once again, is going to be important for the program. Now, with that, you can see I've given you a specific size to the square. Each of the square sides should be 1,000 millimeters long. So the robot has to move forward 1,000 millimeters on each of the 4 sides. It should stop over here when it completes the square. And then we're going to go to 45 degrees. Now remember, if your robot's pointing this way, it's not just going to be a left turn of 45 degrees to get that angle. We need to move 90 degrees first and then another 45 degrees to get that correct 45-degree angle with a left turn if our robot is facing in this direction when it goes. Then it will go on the side of the triangle, all right? And with that side of the triangle, that is 707.10 millimeters. In order to get this to work out where it's going to touch the other side, you really have to make sure that you're typing this exact number into the length of travel, into how far that robot has to go in your program. And this side will be the same. All right. Up here at the top, we make a 90-degree turn. And then we should wind up with the robot on the corner. All right, so that's what we're going to have to accomplish with this. That's what our goal is. Now, like I said, we're going to use a few new blocks here. So we have our robot. And the first thing we're going to do is we can get our robot to move faster. We should always kind of set these things up here, the turn velocity and the drive velocity. Your robot's always set for 50%. Let's change that to 100 so it moves faster. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole program, but I am going to go through a couple new blocks. Or I'm not going to go through the whole, a couple new blocks. So the first new block is down here, and it's a purple. It's one of the purple blocks. We're going to go and we're going to select the Move Robot Pen Down. By moving that robot pen down, that's when it starts to draw. All right. So when you make your first 200 forwards and 500 turn, we're not going to have the pen down for that. We're not going to put the pen down until we get to the corner. So make sure you're doing that correctly in your program. For example's sake, I'm going to just put the pen down now. All right. Once again, I don't expect you to do your robot just like this or the program. This is just your example. Just like every other block, we're going to drag and we're going to drop that in place. That moves the pen down. Now the next block we're going to use that's new for you is one of the control blocks, and that's the repeat function. You're going to use this to make your square. It will make your program much shorter. So if I drag this out here and drop it in place, then I can put something inside of it and it will repeat the number of times I place. So let's say in this example, we're going to go forward for, let's say, 20 millimeters. We'll go the full 200. And then we are going to right turn for 90 degrees. Well, when I play this, we have our pen down. We're going to create a square. I guess I should have changed the repeat from 10 times, but we're going to have the robot go around 10 times. Now, when we create our square, we might want to change that to 4. And now we'll have the robot go through the motions and return to its original starting position. All right. So those are the new blocks that you're going to have to use to create your program. You're going to have to use the repeat block, all right, to create the square. And then you're going to have to create the triangle outside of it. So when you do your program, you'll have a little before, you'll have a repeat block, and you'll have the triangle part afterwards. All right. And once again, this is what it should look like. No pen, no pen. We put the pen down, and we're using the repeat for this part. So again, those are all done with the repeat. Remember, that's 1,000 side. This first side is 707.10 millimeters, as well as the other side. And there we have our house. When we get done with this, you want to turn it in. Make sure that you go up and you're going to change the file to, like I have it here, repeating house, but make sure you put your last name after it so I know whose is whose. And then you're going to save that file to your device. And then from there, attach that file that you get in your classroom or wherever it saves to in your device, in downloads or wherever it might be. You're going to attach that file to Classroom for this assignment. All right. Try to get that turned in. You'll have till Sunday to get it done. I hope everyone's doing well. If you do have any questions, shoot me an email. If you need to set up some time after school with a Zoom, we can do that too. Available at 2:50. It's probably easiest if you do have those questions to set it up with me ahead of time. And if we do that, it'll be the easiest to make sure we both get there at that time. All right. Hope everyone had a good holiday weekend. Have a great rest of your week. See ya.